1, a straight line and a chase down, and 2, a width and then a get in the depth, okay? So on those 2 movements that we just did, we either had someone to pass to straight in front of us, or we had someone on the wide, but then allowed us to get the depth, okay? So now we're going to look at how we can work as an attacking unit to put that into place. Can you just whip your bib off so it's not confusing that you're the defender? Here, give it to me. Take it. Cool. Okay, so all that's going to happen, attackers, you are both going to cross the line to receive the first phase, okay? Or you're going to try to get over the line to receive the first phase. Whoever doesn't get the next ball has to make it, the first ball, sorry, has to make a decision on the next. For the next pass, you're either going to create a width option or you're going to drive onto the straight line. It will depend what the defender is doing. So let's just walk it through, because I appreciate that was a lot of words. So you're going to both offer for this first pass. Okay, stop. Now your decision as the attacker, okay, is are you going to run on a straight line and try and get depth, or are you going to offer a width option and allow your other attacker to get the next ball? What do you think would be a smart thing to do at the moment, bear in mind where the defender is? Are you an option on the width at the moment? No. So what would be a better thing to do? Yeah, so you're going to try and drive straight. So you're going to try and get a straight line ball. Stop. If it goes, if you can get free and that goes, perfect. Give it back. If it's covered by the defender, keep going. Not an option. What's your option? You can reset it, and then you can go and get the ball yourself. Okay? Does that make sense? All we're trying to do as attackers is to get the ball in the depth space. So for us, we can actually try and get the ball on the circle edge on that second ball. Okay? You just might need to adapt it. It's just got to be behind a line. Okay? So you just got to make that decision on what we do. As a defender, you can do whatever you like. All right? Ready? Let's go. We're going to make it up. Oh, Sophie, that was the worst decision on the pass. It was contested. Right, let's restart. Ready? Let's go. We're going to drive it out. Good. What's the option? Ooh, not bad. Defender came off. That's fine. So we just want to work hard to either be a straight line, so dead in front, or wide. Okay, let's go again. Good. And we're going to go in front. That's fine. Unlucky. So what started to happen is we're giving this ball across court. I don't want it across court. This is a straight line. If you've got the ball there, this is the straight line ball. So only give it when she's here. If that's not on, you've either got to then pull out and offer a wide, or you're going to reset the ball. Okay, let's go one more time. Play it through. Good. Yeah, that's a wide. That was a wide. That's fine. Push through. That's fine. I would have offered the wide then and let her get the second pass. Let's go one more time. So the attacking decisions. Don't just run. Think about what you're doing. Ready? Play. Drive it out. Good. Yeah. Go on the ball. Get in the depth. Straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. Good. That was a good decision to go wide. Does that make sense? So it might take 3, 4 passes, but we want to offer either a straight line on the second phase or a wide ball on the second phase, and then we're going to play into the depth. You got it? Let's do 6 and then switch it around. Let's go, girls. Yeah, good wide. Good. Nice. Good job. What made you do this? You did the right thing. What made you make the decision to pull wide then? Yeah, so you pulled wide. We actually would call that an inside reset, and it allowed Sophie to then run on the ball. So that was really good. Rather than challenging it, putting out wide. Brilliant. Love that. Good. She's on it. Go, go, go. Good. Nice. Do you understand what I mean by that? So when you were running, I think you had the ball over there somewhere, didn't you? I'm going to be you. You were defending. So you had a really good defender that was stopping you from running. You dodged and then went. Instead of dodging, what could you have done? Yeah, come back on the wide, and then that would have given your other attacker an opportunity to drive straight. Does that make sense? So instead of really gunning for that, you've got to make the decision on what your defender is doing. If your defender's really close to you and you're not going to get that forward ball, pull out and create the wide option, because that will allow your other attacker to draw on the depth. Does that make sense? So it's like working as a unit. Right, let's go. Good. Nice, like that. Job done. That's fine. Good. Good. Nice. Well done. Defenders, let's try and keep our attackers high, so they've got to play wide. Good, wide, yes! Play on it! Yeah, well done, brilliant. Good job, that was a good defence, Sophie. That was a good isolate, I like that. See how that created an option? Really good. All right, so what we're going to look at now is how we can use our attacking movement to break a box defence. So remember, we said that a box defence are going to smother us and make it really hard to find options. What were the two options we were just trying to create an attack? Yeah, wide and straight, okay? What was the option that we didn't want? Go on. No, we want deep across court, okay? So if I've got the ball here, I want an option straight ahead of me, or I want an option wide, like an L shape, but I don't want one over in that corner, because that's really easily intercepted, okay? You can see that on the court, I've made a box, okay? Attackers, non-bibs, okay? Your job is to receive a ball in that box before you're allowed to feed your shooter, okay? So you must, thank you for demonstrating the box, you must receive a ball in that box before you can pass to your shooter. Defenders, you can decide whether you stay on the body, whether you stay in the box, whether you go one out the box, one in the box. You can do what you like. You can have a quick chat now. So defense, have a quick decision. Quick chat, what do you want to do? Don't worry, we're not listening. Attack, your first pass must be in the centre third, so you must receive a ball high in the centre third, and then you're just going to play. Once you've received the ball in the box, you can feed your shooter, or you can decide to do another pass to get on the circle edge. That's also fine. But you've got to get a ball in the box. Does that make sense? Yeah? Right. Are we ready? Let's play. Good. Good. Keep playing it. Still not in the box. Unlucky. So we weren't in the box. We've got to receive a ball in that box. So think about how we're creating straight and wide options. Ready? Let's go. Pull out of it, Soph. Pull out of it. Okay, Sophie, I'm going to give you a condition. You're not allowed to body up. You've got to use your movement. Let's go again from the top. Ready? Let's play. Good. Play out of it. Good. Yeah, but would you want to feed from there? Good. Nice. And then play it on. Okay? So actually, what's happening at the moment is, as attackers, you're being quite static. You've just done loads of work on taking on a long drive and then pulling wide. You've got the whole space. What's going to happen if you just stay in the box in the game? If you stay in that little area? Yeah, defenders are going to pin you. So you want to pull them out. This is how it works. So you want to pull your defenders out. So Sophie, if you made a big run there, let's face it, your defender's going to get hungry. She's going to go with you. Look how much space you've now created. Does that make sense? Which either you could receive the ball in the box or you could go on a straight line and then Sophie can play in. Does that make sense? Yeah? Right, let's go one more time. Let's be a bit more active. Good, draw it out. Good, where's the option? Oh, unlucky. Wait for her to get on the straight line. Remember, we've just done straight line and wide. Last one. Ready, let's go. Good, straight line. Yes! Excellent. Feed it in, feed it in. Feed it into the shooter. Yeah, that was brilliant because we pulled the defenders out, we received the ball in the box. Does that make sense? Get a feel for it, have a go, and then we're going to add a few more conditions in. Okay, do like 6 and then switch it round. Good. Yeah, good wide. Think about where we need to get to. Not bad, good. So why do you think that took quite a few passes to get into the box? Not sure? Any ideas? So your first movement was nice and wide, that was good. And then what happened when we then drove into the box? What did the defenders do? Yeah, they swarmed us, right? So actually what we needed to do is instead of waiting in the box to receive the ball, we just needed to keep driving, because then what would have happened is these defenders would have been like, I'm gone with you, and then we could have reset and played it in. Does that make sense? So sometimes as attackers, we need to take on the drive, because it will lose a defender, and then the space opens up. So I know we're trying to receive the ball in the box, but if you stand in the box, you are not going to get the ball. Does that make sense? So you need to draw the defenders out first, then you can play through it. Good, draw them out. Good, game. Oh, you're gonna go in the box then. Not bad, not bad. Oh, restart, 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 restart. So why do we think that one was intercepted? Yeah, because we stayed in the box and tried to get free in the box. This box is so small in comparison to the rest of the court, okay? If you were to have driven all the way through, your defender would have got hungry. Oh, that's my favourite number. The defender would have got hungry. Can you see now you've opened up the box and then he could have played into it. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the ball's actually not important. It's about how you're drawing your defenders out, okay? Good, draw her out. Let's go again. Don't just do a straight drive, loser. Good. Draw it out. Good, now get in the box. Go. Yes, perfect. That's how you do it. Good. Ooh, I don't like that ball. Good, that's fine. That's good on the reset. Draw out, lovely. Good, that was good timing to hang about and drive through. The problem was you ran straight into that box, which drew a defender in, so that was risky. So notice that your attacker was here driving in. Where could you have gone instead to like open up space, do you think? So you were here, your other attacker was driving into the box. Where could I have gone to make sure there's not another defender there? What do you think you could have done? Yeah, you could have gone across or just play down, because then she's got the ball in the box and you're actually circle edge. That's good. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying to say is that the ball's not important, so don't worry about getting the ball all the time. Worry about getting into space. Because if you get into space, the defenders will go, and then it will open up space for the ball to go to. Does that make sense? Yeah? Good. Take on the drive. Good, that's fine. Wicked. Well done. And that's exactly what I mean. You took on that drive and didn't worry about getting the ball in the box. If you come here and stop, she would have intercepted it. But you took on the drive, and what did that allow your attacking partner to do? Come in. Come in. That's exactly what you have to do, yeah? Take on the drive before you worry about the ball. Okay? That was good. Go again, move again. Good, take on the drive. Nice. Yeah, look at that. Excellent. And then if we wanted to, we could then play to circle edge. So then you could drive to circle edge, like you were over there. So you're on the circle edge, and then you can play that ball free. Does that make sense? And then you've got easy feed onto shooters. That's great. Okay, hold it there, hold it there. Right, so we were lucky that we got that, but how many defenders did you have on you? Two, okay. Was that really a clever ball to pass? It did work, it did work. What do you think you could have done to create space in the box? Yeah, because if you'd taken on that drive, you wouldn't have got the ball. Sophie would have done, and then let's face it, if we're playing to circle edge, you would have been here. Does that make sense? So like I said, it's about keeping the box free and driving into it, rather than stopping to get the ball in there. I know that sounds a bit backwards, but do you get what I mean? You've got to take on the drive to create the space, yeah? Lovely, there we go, see, because you drew on the wide. That was really good. Good, Sophie, good, nice, draw out of it. Lovely, draw out of it. Unlucky. So we wanted a bit more decisiveness on your movement, Soph. Nice, good wide. Get in the box. Yeah, nice, well done. Okay, girls, do you want to come round so you can see the next bit? And then I'm sure Tegan will let you get a drink in a minute, and then we can play it through, okay? All right, so we've just done loads of work on receiving the ball in the box. Hopefully you've realised that in order to receive the ball in the box, you don't want to be in it. You need to take on a drive to draw the defenders out of it to create the space to drive in, okay? So I've just adapted what we've got on the court. So we've got two cones, which are part of our box. I just want you to imagine there's two cones the other side. I just don't want too many cones on the floor so that we've got less chance of slipping, okay? We have got an attacking team in non-bibs and a defensive team in bibs, okay? So we've got like a goalkeeper, wing defence, goal defence, centre, okay? And then we've got our non-bibs, goal shooter, goal attack, wing attack, centre. The ball is always going to start in the back third, okay, or close to the back third, either on the left side or the right side. It's up to you where you start, never from the centre. Attackers, your aim is to get one ball in the box, one ball on the circle edge, and then to feed your shooter. That ball can be taken by any position. So it could be that our wing attack and goal attack go wide, drive out, wide, and our shooter comes through, receives the ball in the box. Can you see that by driving wide, our defenders also went? So we created that space. Does that make sense? It might take you 3 passes, it might take you 10 passes, okay? You just need to keep the ball safe, okay? As a centre, once you've played the ball, you can play through on that, okay? Actually, no, I'm lying. As a centre, I don't want you to go past this blue line, so you're my reset option. Does that make sense? You're not really a centre on the attack. Does that make sense? So you're allowed anywhere in the centre third, but not past blue line. Right, ready? Let's go. Good, to play it out. Nice. Good box ball. Yeah, let's get to the edge. Good, can we play it in? You can go in, Sophie, you're a goal attack. Lovely, well done. Let's go one more time. So you can start from anywhere, left or right. Left or right. Start back, ready, play. Good, split. Good. Unlucky. Pink possession. Let's restart. Restart. Play. Good. Unlucky. So one thing that I want us to think about as attackers, especially this wing attack and goal attack, is how are you starting? Because you don't have to start in the box. You could think about starting close. You could start wide. You could both start high. You could split. Okay, I want you to have those decisions. How are you starting differently and how's that going to help you to get ball? Okay, let's go one more. Ready? Play. Good, good straight line option. Good width. Well done. Can we get ball in the box? Good. We've got to get in the box. We've got to get in the box. Nice. Now we can play it out. Lovely. Good job. Well done. So I still want us to think about how we create in straight line, how we create in the width. Let's do maybe 4 or 5, and then we can switch people in. All right? Let's go. Lovely. Superb. Well done. Good. What was it that allowed you to get the ball in the box straight away? What did you do first, which allowed you to get the ball in the box?
I drove back.
Yeah, you drove wide, you screened your attacker and protected your space. That's so much better than before when you were just running around and hoping for the best, okay? You're actually making those attacking decisions. Right, last one. Let's go. Good, straight line option. Get in the box. Not your job. Good. Next one, okay? Ready, let's go. Good drive, get in the box, nice. Yeah, good decision to come out, well done. Lovely, good job. Good, is there a straight line? Yes! Unlucky, right, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Right, hold it there, hold it there. That was the right decision to come out. Where could you have gone rather than filling up the middle space? Yeah, you could have stayed wide. So we'll take the ball back to where you were. Right, you were somewhere up there. Okay, so why did you make the decision to come out at this point? Because you did the right thing. She was wide. Was there any option forward? No, it was you. So that was the right decision to come forward. So you need to make sure before you run, you look. Because you can see that the shooter's coming through. That gives you a lovely wide entrance to come straight in, and take the ball as a goal attack. Woo, watch post. Oh, that was nearly dangerous. Does that make sense? So before you run into the middle, look, because sometimes it's better to go wide and then drive in. Does that make sense? Yeah?
If you love the video, please make sure you subscribe, give us a like and hit the notification bell. Head over to our website to find out more about how you can train with Net.